Long before city lights and bustling streets, some monsters already walked amongst us. Every building, every hospital hallway holds memories of lives taken from within. My name is Don Mills, and this is Serial Monsters, where we don't sensationalize evil. We uncover the history it left behind. He didn't stalk alleys or chase his victims. He hunted where people felt the safest, the hospitals. He wore scrubs, smiled in faces, and hid behind the title the media coined the Angel of Death. Born 1952 in Butler County, Ohio, Harvey's early childhood seemed very unremarkable. He was quiet, shy, and most likely overlooked. His home life was violent, and he dealt with emotional neglect from his parents. He experienced repeated sexual abuse as a child. Donald grew up feeling powerless and invisible, and most importantly, he felt unsafe. He had a small, slinky build, the kind of kid that realized survival meant staying invisible, while internally absorbing rage, fear, and shame. As a young adult, Donald was socially awkward, withdrawn, and desperate to make a connection. He craved praise, validation, and power. And this made Donald emotionally immature and unable to form healthy relationships. And this matters because later, his murders weren't random, they were controlled rituals. Harvey's killing spree went from 1970 to 1987. His first murder, 1970. At age 18, Harvey poisoned his first patient, an elderly man, claiming later he ended the man's suffering. But this wasn't a mercy killing. This was the first time Donald realized I can make people disappear. Nobody will notice and nobody can stop me. That realization became Donald's addiction. Over the next decade plus, Donald murdered dozens of his patients, scanning from hospitals and nursing homes in Ohio to Kentucky. He used arsenic, cyanide, insulin overdoses, suffocation, and poisons mixed in their food and beverages. His victims were elderly, disabled, or terminal, even children. He targeted people who would trust him completely. He would often appear devastated after their deaths, playing the role of grieving, the caring aide, gaining sympathy, praise, and attention he yearned for. And this attention gave him fuel. Harvey's spree ended in 1987 when a coroner discovered cyanide poisoning in one of his patients' bodies. Faced with concrete evidence, Harvey confessed, listing victim after victim, patient after patient, without any remorse. His trial exposed systematic vulnerabilities that shaped the hospital system nationwide. After being convicted in 1987, was sent to Warren Correctional Facility, serving multiple life sentences. Donald Harvey wasn't just a killer. He exposed the weaknesses in places we trust the most. Multiple families grieved. Communities feared the hospitals. And America learned that evil can hide behind a smile and a white coat. Donald Harvey's legacy is a chilling reminder. Monsters don't always hide in the shadows, they wear scrubs. In 2017, Donald Harvey was murdered in prison by another inmate. He went out the same way he lived, violently and anonymously, without redemption. Before Harvey's untimely death, he admitted he enjoyed the power. He liked deciding who lives and who dies. He loved being the center of attention and the center of emotion. He resented patients who complained all the time. He resented authority from his superiors, and he just felt ignored by life. Those were just a few of the reasons why he did the heinous acts he committed. While doing research for this, I learned when we go through traumatic experiences and they aren't checked in on and monitored, deviant acts can happen as a result of that. All that unchecked emotion, All that unchecked fear can turn into violence. This video is not intended to glorify any deviant acts and is used for educational purposes only. I offer sympathy to the victims, their families, and anybody who was affected by this story. I urge people to get the necessary help so things like this don't continue. That's it for now. Tune in next time to Serial Monsters. We'll step into the world of Anthony Kirkland, the man who buried his victims to hide his crimes. Fire, rage, and a city terrified. Because the shadows grow hotter. Y'all be safe and take care out there.